Hey, this is Cynthia, and I'm here to connect with Carolyn Reneé. And Carolyn Reneé, I'm just so happy to be here side by side with you. And I wanted to invite you to share a little bit with our wider community about the loving container work and points of connection and the vision for that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Cynthia. I want to first of all give thanks to you and Phil for the interplay system and, really helping us all to mine the jewels of leadership in interplay. So thank you so much. And happy to share with the community about the loving container. And, I really have to once again appreciate your leadership and, you know, bring Ignati into the picture too, who is the development director at the Body Wisdom, Interplay Body Wisdom headquarters, and just really supporting our work on a larger scale. And so it was really through a conversation with Ignati that I think really sparked this idea. And to me, it's bigger than an idea; it's a need, and it was a
Uh,
moment of need. So you have this pandemic, and you have the BIPOC community, and I think a lot of times, that's Black, Indigenous, and people of color. That can be seen a lot of times as just Black people, but I think it's, you know, we need to step back and look at all the colors, of the Black, Indigenous, and people of color, or the African diaspora, which, Cuba, Miami, South America, and here in the United States and the Caribbean islands, just everywhere, just everywhere. And so the colors, and that's why I'm bringing that in. You've got the red colors, you've got the yellow colors, you've got the tan, every shade, right? And so these individuals we know have been disproportionately impacted by the COVID 19, the global pandemic. And so the moment called for a place to take that trauma and dance with it. And, it's like, what better place than a loving container
mm,
held by BIPOC leaders in interplay for BIPOC bodies. And so
right.
that's how that really came to be.
Yeah, thank you. And you started this then last summer, and it's growing now even more in the consciousness of our community. And it's a part of the bigger picture of support that includes the points of connection. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, for sure. So it's a teeny bit different in that the loving container is really that space of just, holding. Like yesterday's loving contain. Well, let me back up. So, because I was going yesterday, and that was sacred space holding. But yeah, the loving container, I think, is a complement to the space holding that happens on the first and third Monday for BIPOC. And it's also a complement to the points of connection, which Masako and I started 3 years ago. And it really just is a place, the points of connection is a place where Black, Indigenous, and persons of color can come and just play for an hour. So that was the intention by which we created it, and it's really the intention by which we've continued to hold it. Just come and play. We've shared with the interplay community through the Secrets of Leading, the comedian Wanda Sykes. So if you all get to check her out on Netflix, right, she's got this really wonderful stand-up, but there's a piece that she does around play. She says, Black people don't play, you know, and she makes everybody laugh because that has really been,
Oh,
there's some truth in that,
mm,
about this idea of playing. So the points of connection really is a place where we're able to bring the interplay tools and forms in a safe place where people can just play,
mm,
and have some fun together. And the loving container, that's the place we want to really hold the space for whatever that question is, whatever that concern is, that people need to dance with, um, related to racial issues or this pandemic, trauma. But
right.
we're not therapists. we're trying to do interplay, and
Right.
we're trying to bring this form, this beautiful form of the focus session
Hmm.
to be available. And the same thing with leaders, like practice participants, who are BIPOC, if they need a place to land, the loving container is someplace we can make that space available. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's beautiful. And I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit more about that. And I just want to thank you and the other liaisons, Agnati and Masanko. All three of you are really brilliant artists, activists, and community organizers, deep thinkers, and deep spirit people. And talk about leadership, right? The challenge of leading in this time, and you three do it so beautifully. And I want to just like alongside you just hold up the liberatory practice and reality of play, the naming of that it's really the opposite of oppression, and getting down into the depths of that space with befriending types is just kind of a miracle. And I hope that more and more of our BIPOC folk find interplay and leadership of this practice really part of the toolkit and part of the way. Crazy as it is, I know I'm right there.
Yes, thank you for that. And, just want our community to know that this is available, and, sometimes I think the question is like, why BIPOC? And, why not everybody? And I have to channel Caroline Blackwell, who is a leader in interplay and, really holds me accountable, because I am a person who really wants, all of us to just come together, and it's not about kumbaya or anything like that. And I do want us all to be unified, but I think that there's these fractures in the brown and black bodies that I think need to be, you know, taken care of in a way through play. Again, we're not therapists, but what we can offer is a way to fill those holes and cracks with play. So
Mhm,
that becomes a tool, that becomes a go-to,
mhm,
so that people know that they can have that, because so much of the black, brown, tan, those experiences, if we just really get real about it, are they're laborers, they're the essential workers, just by virtue of their economic standing in our society. And so, and I'm saying that to just presence, they really haven't had a lot of time to play. And then they're holding the weight of the pandemic in a different way, because they have no choice but to be in close quarters with a whole lot of people. In a lot of cases, I know these cases firsthand, because there's, five bodies to a two-bedroom apartment, or, people trying to, make a way out of no way. And
mhm,
so, really being able to reach out to the BIPOC community through this gift
mhm,
of the loving container is just amazing. And we appreciate the support from Interplay Body Wisdom.
mhm. Yeah. Um, we know, you and I know from experience when bodies have a chance to get clear and say what they want, that's real. And that's the most important thing is just delivering on what bodies say they know and want. And I think there's a lot of work that Interplay is doing, rising up out of the earth and out of these bodies to let us now address this kind of massive shift and healing process. So I'm so grateful to you. And also, like as I get this little moment here, I just want to take us all off the hook that where it feels urgent also to do that counterintuitive thing of like reminding all of ourselves it's okay and we don't have to have this be the urgent place too, right? So I have to and remind myself. So to all of our community leaders, let's just keep practicing kind of letting ourselves also do that. We can do that.
Thank you for that reminder, Cynthia. There's something to be said for surrendering and releasing, which I'm learning. And I thank Interplay for giving me the tools and forms to tap into my body wisdom. So that breath is so important.
Right?
It's life. Allows me to feel where I'm tight, where I'm holding on and I'm not surrendering and I'm not releasing. So being able to surrender and release. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
needed Thank you, Carolyn Renee, so
Thank
much.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.